with Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Secretary of Health and the only member of Trump's cabinet to be reheated in an air fryer. Earlier this week, Kennedy abruptly fired all 17 members of the CDC's Vaccine Advisory Committee, which understandably caused a lot of concern among people who prefer not to die from an old-timey Oregon Trail disease. But RFK Jr.'s got a new batch of doctors to replace them with, so I'm sure they're all equally qualified. So let's get to know some of these vaccine experts.
Some of the picks are well-known vaccine critics, including Dr. Robert Malone.
Robert Malone, who's claimed that millions of Americans were hypnotized into taking the COVID-19 shots and has suggested those vaccines cause a form of AIDS.
I think I liked this guy a lot better when he was just selling us Dos Equis. I don't always take vaccines, but when I do, they give me AIDS. Look, this guy's obviously crazy, but you can't deny there was some hypnosis going on during the pandemic. Like, we were washing our hands every day? Like, what was that all about? But forget the Department of Health. Let's move on to the great work being done by Tulsi Gabbard, Director of National Intelligence, and the only Hawaiian who can make aloha sound like a threat. She decides which of America's secrets need to stay secret, but lately she's been getting some help.
Tulsi Gabbard, head of DNI, says the government is now using artificial intelligence to speed up its work in determining which documents can be declassified and released to the public. That includes files related to the assassination of President John F. Kennedy.
Cool. That technology we're all scared of and have no idea how dangerous it is. Let's teach it how to kill a president. What could go wrong? Also, why are you having AI read the JFK files for you? AI is for tedious things. These are the most exciting documents in the government. It's like asking AI to watch all the sex scenes in a porno so you can focus on whether the pizza got delivered. I mean, maybe I've been using AI wrong this whole time. I thought it was for doing my kids' homework and seeing what I look like as Shrek. Wow. Stay thirsty, my friends. Let's move on to Pete Hegseth, Secretary of Defense and guy whose favorite cologne is roofie. He's been axing a bunch of medical research programs for veterans that he claims are boondoggles. But when Senator Dick Durbin called him out on it yesterday, he gave a specific example of waste, and it was very specific.
Give me an example of a boondoggle in medical research in defense health.
I mean, we're talking about some stuff I shouldn't say in public. You know, marbles in the rear ends of cats, tens of millions of dollars.
Sometimes I hear about science experiments and I think, God, I am so glad when I was growing up, no one was telling women they should be scientists. Really dodged a bullet there. To be fair, they were trying to find out why Garfield hates Mondays. Now they know. Now they know. Also, anyone who has cats knows that this isn't the weirdest idea ever. I mean, they are constantly showing us their buttholes. At some point, someone's going to be like, all right, let me try something. But in case you're wondering who would fund such a ridiculous study, that would be President Trump himself. In 2020, his Defense Department said it was part of a revolutionary new treatment for spinal cord injuries. And that's the thing about science. It's easy to make it sound made up and stupid. It's not airtight like the Bible. And someone who just wants to cut funding can trivialize any research because, yeah, trying to make dogs salivate by ringing a bell sounds weird, but it proved an important point that dogs love bells, I think. I don't know, I failed psych. But this is a great example of how anti-science the Trump administration is. When Pete Hegseth talks about science, he makes it sound stupid. And when RFK Jr. talks about it, he makes it sound like someone dropped a fork in the garbage disposal. Let's move on to the reason your horse's prescriptions are out of stock, Elon Musk. Last week, he got into a fight with Donald Trump that got so ugly, he claimed that Trump is in the Epstein files. The friendship seemed unsalvageable, but it turns out it wasn't quite as cyber as we thought.
The world's richest man is now apologizing to the world's most powerful man. Musk backing away from some of his online attacks, posting this apology. I regret some of my posts about President Trump last week. They went too far.
No. You cannot whoopsie-daisy your way out of saying someone's in the Epstein files. It's not like saying, sorry I slammed the door, or sorry I shoved marbles up your cat's butt. I mean, I'm glad he apologized because I guess it showed us exactly how long it takes for ketamine to wear off. Let's move on from the worst wing because America is having a hard time right now. The military is invading California, U.S. senators are getting manhandled by federal agents, and people are about to be thrown off their Medicaid. And President Trump is hearing everyone's concerns, and he's decided to rush to where he's needed the most, the theater.
President Donald Trump going to see a performance of Les Mis at the Kennedy Center on Wednesday.
Do you identify more with Jean Valjean or Javert?
Oh, that's a tough one, that last part of that question. That's tough, I think. You better answer that one, honey. I don't know.
What's worse, that a reporter thought it was a good idea to ask Trump if he's the hero or the villain, or that Trump's response was, oof, that's a tough question. But while Trump ponders which Les Mis character he is, activists are planning nationwide protests this weekend. For more on those protests, we go live to Michael Kosta in Los Angeles and Jordan Klepper in D.C. In LA.
Desi, protesters here are still fuming about Trump sending Marines into the city. It was the biggest overreaction since the time that ice cream truck didn't have rainbow sprinkles, so I slashed its tires. Kosta don't do chalk springs, okay? The point is, these detention raids are a cruel display of Trump's villainy. He's definitely the Javert of our time.
Thank you, Michael. And Jordan, how are protests in D.C. feeling?
The protesters in D.C. are equally upset and want to see an end to these cruel raids. And by the way, Trump is not Javert. Kosta is way off. But what do you expect from a guy who only hears Broadway songs if they show up in a Pornhub video?
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess Jordan thinks Trump is Jean Valjean, the redeemed Catholic so saintly that he adopts a prostitute's child? Jordan, you're a few Rogers short of a Hammerstein.
Guys, I think we're getting a little distracted here. Let's focus on the protests, not about your musical taste.
No problem for Kosta. He doesn't have any. The point is, Desi, the protesters see Trump as a godless con artist, much like Thénardier, the corrupt innkeeper, which Michael would know if he weren't the kind of person who thinks Guys and Dolls is a strip club in Peoria.
Desi, I'll tell you the only thing protesters fear more than the Marines right now. It's hearing Jordan Klepper bomb another audition trying to nail the riff in Defying Gravity.
Hey! It's not about getting the work from the audition. The audition is the work.
You're flat on every sharp. You're flat on every sharp.
Is that right? Is that right? Well, time to drop the bomb. Michael is in the Epstein files. Have a nice day.
Whoa, what? Whoa. No. Whoa. That's out of line.
Okay. You know what? You're right. I regret what I said. I've been on ketamine this whole time, okay? I'm better now.
Wait, Jordan, is Kosta in the Epstein files?
Desi, I said I'm sorry. Let's move on.
Yeah. Desi, let it go. That's from Frozen, Jordan. I thought a musical for children would be more up your speed.
Okay. Idina Menzel is a national treasure, Kosta. Thank you very much.
Desi, excuse me, can I interrupt?
Oh, yes, Josh Johnson. Oh, my God, where are you?
I don't know. ICE snatched me up at a protest and dropped me in the desert. That's not even protocol. They just doing whatever now, all right? I don't know where I am. I could be in Phoenix. I could be in Yemen. Oh, my God, I hope I'm not in Phoenix.
Oh, that sounds truly awful. So, Josh, do you think Trump is a Javert?
Who? I need help.
Yeah, and we're going to get you help, buddy. But first, you got to tell us which character Trump would be in Les Mis.
Is that the one with the cats?
Are you kidding me? Is that the one with the cats? Come on, man.
Jeez.
Hey, I'm sorry I don't spend all my time watching white people sing, okay?
Don't make this about race.
Yeah, there's a proud black tradition in theater. I just saw Audra McDonald in Gypsy.
Fine, you're an ally. Is someone gonna help me?
Yeah, I'll help you by getting you a rush ticket to Cabaret. Let's start there.
Of course you'd pick Cabaret. Of course it's Cabaret with you, Kosta.
Okay, that's enough. Josh Johnson, Michael Kosta, and Jordan Klepper.